All right, how's it going, Martians? Welcome to the stream. How many of y'all in here so far? We got 24 people in the stream, 8 likes. Guys, let's get that like pumping. 25 of y'all, I know you're all my fans out here, the guys that are in here right now. You're the diehards, so please help me out with that YouTube algorithm and get that like pumping up there, especially for this breakout we literally just had in the 5 minutes since I started, or before I started streaming here. We're already breaking out. It's gonna be a good evening. I mean, it's gonna be a great day for me, but a good evening for all of you out in the States. So fantastic, fantastic time to start a stream, right? As we're getting a breakout on the charts, right? Like my TA that I drew up here, I'm like, it's already invalidated. It's already invalidated because we had a breakout, bullish breakout. Hell yeah! All right, let me get a shout out to everybody in the chat. Sorry that my chat's looking goofy on stream, by the way. I don't know what's going on with the chroma key on OBS, but it's like, unless I have the chat highlighted, it just hides everybody's chat for some reason. So yeah, that's the thing. But first off, let's get a shout out to everybody that's in here. CKJ Cellmate, how's it going, bro? M Grimes, Lazy Lay, Mark Smolders, how's it going, bro? Ben Howard, it's been a while, I know, but you know what? I'm going to start doing what will be morning streams for me, but it'll be evening streams for you guys. I think it'll be better than me trying to do streams like what would be the evening for me, morning for you guys, because I'm just like dead by the evenings because I'm actually on a normal sleep schedule now, right? Bitcoin is on a tear. It is on a tear, actually. It's up above 8,000 again, so the whole market seems to be on doing a flip around. Legendary, how's it going? Kerr Julian, what's up, bro? SPO, good evening, sir. And Light Yagmi, how's it going? Welcome to the stream, bro. King Isaac, hello. Wayne Cutforth. And Zongyong Lim, did I say that right? Hopefully. Stefan, how's it going, dude? How you doing this afternoon or this morning for us, right? Kicking my Wi-Fi connection. Is it bad? Are we lagging a little bit? Hopefully not. But 33 of y'all on the stream, let's get a like going, and we're going to jump straight into this technical analysis. But be sure, if you're new to the stream, as always, if you're new to my channel, for everybody that's watching post-stream, be sure to hit that subscribe and ring that bell so that you can be notified of all my channel's content. Usually doing short videos, but we're getting back into doing live stream content, so this will be a little bit longer than the traditional thing if you've just recently found my channel. So stay tuned. I'm going to be covering technical analysis. I also have a few pieces of news I'm going to cover. Not everything, because I want to keep a few things for at least one short video today, just for those people who prefer to have like little bite-sized videos. But this is our long format where we engage with the community. And yeah, thank you all for tuning in. And let's jump straight into the technicals. So, on the 5-minute chart, obviously we're breaking out in our fib, or on our RSI. We actually broke above this resistance that we had been, this symmetrical triangle that we had actually formed over the course of really the last day. So that's bullish right out the gate, right? If we jump out to the hourly here, we'll notice that our RSI is actually still pretty cool. It's only around 54 right now for XRP. Bitcoin, as has been mentioned in the chat, is breaking out right now too. So to see XRP pumping while Bitcoin pumps is even more bullish in my opinion. But this is a bull flag if I've ever seen it. Look at this. So I was a little bit worried before I started the stream. The reason the stream is titled bear or bullish continuation or bearish reversal is because we're in a symmetrical triangle, or were in a symmetrical triangle. But we literally just got confirmation right here with these with this hourly close and this new hourly, as long as it closes without breaking back below what would be below 2144, at least over here on Bitstamp, then this is going to see continuation, and we're going to be testing maybe the 23 cent range. We should, in practice, actually be able ignore this smaller fib zone. This was just to like figure out if our retracement was healthy. It was. We tested off the 0.36 on the fib, which is great, like strong bounce off it, and that's why we're seeing continuation now. So we could see a price jump up to even as high as 27 cents. So for everybody who bought in on this dip, That's great profits for the dip purchase at least. So there's that for you. Now, obviously, a lot of us have been long-term hodlers, so things aren't super great on the long trend right now yet. But this is just the beginning of our relief rally, and we'll see if it turns into a true blue rally here in the coming days and weeks. Now, for now, let me get rid of this short-term fib now that I don't even need it. For now, we're staying right around that range that I said that we'd probably see the price go. So we'll see what happens if we just return back up in this range and we stay kind of level here and then get a major correction in a few days, and then we'll see continuation. Or maybe this move that we're seeing here is really just what I drew out that I thought might occur over the course of the month here. Maybe this will play out over the course of just a week. We'll see what happens. But really bullish nonetheless. Super exciting to see that. So yeah, Maud0903, thank you for your time and effort, broski. No doubt. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you all for tuning in. Corey Anderson, how's it going in New Zealand? Hope you're having a good one. Stefan says the morning in KL for me it's perfect timing. Well, glad that I'm at least getting perfect timing for somebody out here in the world. A lot of people are tuning in super late over there in Europe, but I'm glad that you guys are tuning in from Europe, especially at this late hour. I appreciate all of you. Thank you guys so much for your support. So, but yeah, the fib on the hour, or the RSI on the hour, is doing fantastic. Still low, so it's primed for a breakout. On the daily, we're still only at 58 as well, after a small correction from 64 on the RSI. I keep saying fib, but I mean on the RSI. And so that's also bullish that we didn't break back lower. So we could see continuation for this to try and test back up above the 70, which would obviously put us it'd probably put us up here actually at the 23 cent range, which is where we want to see XRP testing, to be fair. So we'll see what happens with that. Now, chart technicals aside, I do have some other stuff that I want to go over real quick for everybody. So that's an article we're going to cover later. But first, let's have a little bit of a reminder of some good stuff we saw from 2019, right? So this is from XRP Twins. He's resharing this. I'm sure most people in the community have seen this, but it's Christine Lagarde talking about Ripple and Circle and blockchain in general regarding the financial institutions. So Ripples. Yeah, Ripple. Cannibalizing traditional finance. It's happening. Real time. Right now. Right here. Right now. Welcome to the financial revolution. I'm glad we're all a part of it. Glad you're all joining me on this journey. The second piece, XRP, or real XRP boy, at boy_XRP, sharing a clip from Brad at the New York Economic Club. From also, I think this was in October, but this is talking about centralization of the ecosystem, regarding the criticisms of XRP. But before I jump into this, Light Yagmi is asking about the futures on Binance, talking about the fact that the market pumped the moment that Binance announced its futures. But what does it mean? Ultimately, it means that people are getting their money into the market so that they can bet on futures, because you have to have skin in the game if you're going to have an influence on the price when futures begin to trade. As far as what that means for price speculation, it's anyone's game or anyone's guess. Traditionally, futures is a bearish pressure on the market, so It could mean that we can expect the prices to actually go lower, or it could be that people are actually going to bet long on certain digital, cryptocurrencies, digital assets. So only time will tell which way it goes. We've been in a 2-year bear trend, so over 2 years now. So it is highly likely that this is actually going to see a reversal it's more likely to see a reversal than continuation of the current trend. It's just like the bull market with the traditional markets, right? This bull market has been going on longer than any bull market in the history of bull markets in the traditional markets, but eventually it'll die. Eventually it'll stop, because everything corrects to mean bear markets and bull markets. We're in an oversold bear market right now for cryptocurrencies, and an overbought bull market for traditional markets. And now we have World War III on the cusp of beginning, essentially, since we America essentially assassinated who was essentially the vice president, if you will, of Iran with a freaking missile, and now they're bombing American bases. So yeah, welcome to conflict with a relatively major military power, America, and it just turns out that military power is BFFs with Russia and China. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens regarding this, because this could really be the flashpoint for what will be a World War III scenario. So personally, kind of glad that I'm not in the States or in any region which will be a major area of conflict. Part of the reason why I left America. Because I saw either World War III beginning or a civil war beginning in America, and it looks like we're going World War III route. So either way, hope y'all are on the East Coast. Yeah. You do realize that Iran has nuclear warheads, so that's a major power. If they can nuke and kill millions of people instantly, that's a major power. And regardless of what you're told on the news regarding Iran, Iran is one of the most ancient civilizations on the planet. It is Persia. It is former Persia. It's what's remaining of Persia. So yeah, it's pretty serious. Furthermore, as I said, BFFs with Russia and China. So it's not even just about Iran. It's about the fact that Russia has said over a year ago, or about a year ago now, that if America became involved with or got into a conflict with Iran, that Russia would take an active role in defending their ally, aka Iran. And China has said the same. So now it's a matter of, is Russia and China going to back up their words with action, or are they going to sit back and watch as America storms their last essential bastion, their last proxy region between Russia and China and Western powers? So yeah, it's very interesting. Shu, you are probably off to the sandbox after your tour in Korea, brother. You be safe over there. I'll be praying for you, Shu. They're going to be trying out some new wicked weapons over there in Iran. Yeah, we'll see what new is released from the U.S. Arsenal as far as like what's disclosed and made public information over the next few months to year. But yeah, regarding Kerr Julian, what way do you think World War III would affect crypto markets? I think that it will cause crypto markets to behave the same way gold did during the World Wars. In other words, they're going through the freaking roof because national currencies lose value during, they become depreciated during World War events. Because they are no longer, especially the US dollar in this situation, will no longer be viewed as this global reserve asset, because obviously when you're at war with somebody, you don't want to be empowering their economy by utilizing their currency. And so it's going to be interesting. Now, Lucky D does make a good point that Iran is one of the few nations not controlled by the that's not under the Rothschild, the World Bank flag. Them, Venezuela, and is it just them and Venezuela left? I feel like and North Korea. So that is a good point. So we'll see. Maybe the posturing from Russia and China is just that, posturing, and meant to create fear within the masses. And maybe we're all on the same side, but we'll see. It's got me worried enough that I'm not. Yeah, I mean, to me, it's no coincidence that Bitcoin and the crypto market at this point is running. It's gained over $20 billion in market cap in the last few days since this whole fiasco with Iran started to unfold. So it is not at all surprising to me that the market's rallying. And if that actually goes to who was it that was saying that or was asking why the pump? Kerr Julian. This is actually why I personally would ascribe the world news events to why we're seeing this rally in the markets. So let's see, where were we? So let's jump into, without further delay, we're going to jump right into this video with Brad talking at the Economic Forum. Again, I know a lot of you have probably seen this, but it's nice for a refresher, And we'll talk about, I'll get back into the chat after we watch this.
Keeping with the network and these banks that are now signing up, and some of them are becoming believers here, is there proof of work? Tell us how that can actually be, because we hear about blockchain being a digital ledger. But where's the central aspect of this? I guess you could call it the central authority of Ripple.
Well, intentionally or unintentionally, you're walking into a very, very, very fraught with controversy question in the crypto space, because
intentionally.
Yeah, right. So many people say, well, Bitcoin is the most decentralized asset out there, and there's no central operator, and nobody can control it. Asterisk. That's sort of true. It's sort of not true. The nature of how proof of work works is you have these pools of mining capacity, and mining meaning CPUs. So you think about where would you have concentration of mining? Well, that's where you have cheap power. So what has happened is you have 80% of Bitcoin mining occurs in China. You actually have 4 miners who control more than 50.
Oh. 4 miners. Oh, needs some volume. It's as high as we go, buddy. So unfortunately, if it's not loud enough for you guys to hear, there's not much else I can do. Everything's capped out on my end. But it froze. So he goes into after this as he talks about the vulnerability of the Bitcoin network to be 51% attacked due to the fact that over 50% of the network is controlled by just four mining companies that are centralized in China, with 80% of the network again being centralized in China, which now that we're entering into essentially Cold War 2.0 / World War 3, there's even more incentive for China to seize the means of production in their country across the board and take complete control. Let's see. XRP Messiah, what a name, bro. One day, everyone would want to have BG at their show. I mean, all the people who matter in the world of finance already want Brad Garlinghouse on their show. So, put something covering it, can hear white noise and birds chirping. Oh, let me try closing my door so you won't hear the birds. The white noise you're hearing is probably my air conditioning unit in my room as well. So, that's probably what that is. Good idea having the AC running while my Wow, my door was wide open there. I was out on the balcony, just didn't close the door when I came in. Seth, China will be loving the Bitcoin pump. I know, right? Especially when they control the network. You watched this interview anyway, no worry. Yeah, I'm sure most people in the community have already watched this. If not, if you want to watch the rest of it, go over to RealXRPBoy or @boy_XRP on Twitter, and you can watch it. He just posted this just today, just a few hours ago. So definitely good checkout. Now, what else were we going to cover in the live stream? This is a bit old news, but I'm gonna cover this and talk about this in a little more in depth. Bitbox cryptocurrency exchange is removing XRP, but does it matter? I'm not even gonna read the article for you guys. I'm just gonna say no. It doesn't matter at all. It doesn't matter one iota of a bit. Why? Well, let's see. How big is Bitbox? Let's look at the pairs, across all the exchanges, right? Bitbox. Oh, Bitbox doesn't even exist as a BTC pair on CoinMarketCap. Of the top 400 exchanges, the lowest of which only moves less than 5 million Bitcoin, $5 million of Bitcoin a day, and it's not even listed. That's how pathetically insignificant Bitbox is. So no, it doesn't matter in the very, very least, right? Yeah, I've never even heard of Bitbox until I heard this news. Didn't even know Bitbox is a thing. So that's how garbage it is. So yeah, Bitbox, a literal who? Yeah, right. Who's that? Oh, it's some news that we can create FUD around XRP with. Let's try and do that. That's exactly what this is. It's FUD. Maybe this is why XRP is pumping, because we got a FUD article. You know, that's how the news seems to work. Whenever we get good news, XRP dumps. Whenever we get bad news, XRP pumps. So maybe that's what it is. That's why the whole market's pumping, because a random shit exchange removed XRP as a listing. I wonder how much XRP would pump if Binance announced they were delisting XRP. You just go like through the roof. It would go to like $10,000 overnight. That's how we get to $10,000 XRP. We get Binance to delist it so people lose their minds. Why do they delist it? Who cares? It's Bitbox. Have you heard of Bitbox? No. CoinMarketCap hasn't even heard of Bitbox. So that's how trash it is. So who gives a damn? Here's the quote from. We'll read the quote. We keep a constant watch on all coins that are being traded on Bitbox. If a coin does not meet our standards based on its performance, reliability, liquidity, or law and regulatory requirements, it will be delisted from our exchange. To protect your assets and interests, we provide sufficient notice before delisting. Okay. Well, they don't know why, right? Who knows? Who knows? It's just a thing that they did, and it's pointless because it's Bitbox. They move how much? Does it even say in here how much they move? No. Of course it doesn't mention how much Bitbox moves, because they don't even move $1 million worth of Bitcoin apparently. So they're garbage. Now let's see what's happened with the price over the last like 20 minutes since we've been going over the news. So we're still sitting here on our what was resistance is becoming support on this descend, so that's good, especially if we can hold above this. Oh, it's like playing as a legitimate support. We've tested off of it twice. Now we've got now these are minute candles, so obviously they don't matter as much, right? But we've got minute candles that are closing above their previous range on this little short-term correction. So let's see what the 5-minute looks like. See if the 5-minute. Okay, so 5-minute we haven't broken above our previous wick on the 5-minute, so we'll see if that happens or if this dumps from here to retest. But still, some good stuff going on with the price action nonetheless. Very, very bullish way to begin the stream. Almost testing 22 cents again. We'll see if we can drag this back up. But having tested at 22, sorry you're gonna hear me clap a few times. I'm trying to catch a mosquito, and I don't want to get bit by a mosquito out here. I'm paranoid of mosquitoes here in Malaysia. Bitbox is a parent company of BitMax. Okay. BitMax or BitMex? Oh my gosh, this mosquito needs to die or fly away. Sorry, I'm clapping for you guys. We're gonna like start doing the shuffle or something. I don't even know. I don't even know if songs have a clap in. BitMax. Okay, BitMax is the 100 largest. That's strange. That is Bitbox the parent company of BitMax, or is BitMax the parent company of Bitbox? Because they move 45s and they're actually listed, so that's a fair bit of money. Let's see if they have it listed. Okay, it's the 75th largest exchange. They're moving $4.2 million. They're about 1.9% of the volume of XRP. They have $619,000 in liquidity. So I think there's some whales in our community that have more liquidity than BitMax. I'm just kidding. But yeah, so if that's true, Paul von Gassman, if they're the parent company, and BitMax, if BitMax is delisting, then that might be like, you know, somewhat considerable issue, right? Because actually, when you add that to that percentage that's moved in USD Tether to the amount that's moved in BTC across XRP, you get about 0.25% of the XRP total volume, right? So, I mean, if BitMax delist, that might be a little bit of a hit. Add ETH in there with another 0.01%, so 0.19 plus 8, 1 or 27, 28. Let's see if there's anything else listed. XRP to Tether, BTC, and ETH. I'm not seeing any others for BitMax, for XRP. So yeah, looks like that's about it. Everything else is so small that it won't even give me an actual percentage. So XRP pumped 14% yesterday and led the market while Bitcoin stayed steady as a rock. I found that interesting. You too, Kerr? I found that extremely interesting, especially now that Bitcoin is following behind XRP's rally, right? So it's very interesting how things moved over the past few days. But yeah, obviously, oh, I got it! I finally got that stupid fly or mosquito. You know, the market's correlated though. XRP is like 100% correlated to Bitcoin. You know, that's why Bitcoin's up 6% and XRP is down 2% right now, because 100% correlation. You should always believe people who say that XRP is correlated to Bitcoin because sometimes big moves correlate or are mirrored, right? But they're not even mirrored percentage wise, they're just mirrored in the same direction sometimes. J-Ray, what's up, brother? About time you live stream. It is because of the war or XRP is rising? Both XRP, J-Ray. I'm streaming because World War III is gonna make us all rich. Mosquitoes happen in third world countries. Yeah, that mosquito happened to die in a third world country. But yeah, the biggest concern I have with mosquitoes out here is dengue, because that's like obviously a serious concern, but it's not even like really common here on the island, at least, since Borneo is a pretty low population region, like between Malaysian and Indonesian populations. So disease here is not something I really need to worry about so much. So it might be a little bit worse whenever I'm on mainland. We'll see. Seth says, Tone Vase is saying Bitcoin will be the new global currency and Bitcoin versus shitcoins, altcoins. Check out new Kryptonite's channel premiere on soon. Also, Bitcoin was total domination is obvious. Yeah. Oh, Bitcoin wants total domination is obvious. Yeah, and it's not going to happen because why? Because Bitcoin still only does, what is it, 16 transactions a second? 16 transactions per batch. Yeah, that's garbage. You can't run the global economy on those kind of transactions. It can barely even run itself right now with that kind of transaction throughput. And Lightning is still not released. 2 years after they were saying that it was, well, a year after they were saying it was supposed to be released. It's not happening. It's not. You know what? When Lightning Network is mass adopted by all major exchanges, then I'll buy some, like when I get that news, okay, I'll buy into that pump. Until then, nah, pass. Because as soon as the halving occurs, if the halving occurs and Lightning is not in effect, Bitcoin's dead. It will be an unsustainable project. That is, for like 5+ years, the biggest FUD talking point surrounding Bitcoin is scalability. It doesn't scale. And guess what? In about 4 months now, the scaling is going to be the real issue. And I think that's why nobody watches my content now, because I'm like openly bashing Bitcoin now and people are like heavily invested in Bitcoin and XRP. They're like, oh, well, screw this guy. But I don't really care. I come out and be honest with you guys regarding this. Like, Bitcoin is shitcoin. It is the shittiest coin. Like, people think that just because something is valued high, that it's good. And that's just couldn't be further from the truth regarding this market. Bitcoin's high because everybody knows Bitcoin by name. That doesn't make it good. That's like saying that Facebook was gonna fail because nobody knew who Facebook was, but everybody had a MySpace. Well, guess what? Look what happened with that, right? Nobody's on MySpace anymore, and everybody in the world has Facebook. And why? Because it was an inferior platform, just like Bitcoin is an inferior technology. It's just how technology works. And these people who think that Bitcoin's going to be the one that lives are literally smoking a pipe. They're in a pipe dream. Most of them who are like still big proponents, they got rich off Bitcoin or made a substantial amount of money off of Bitcoin. And so they think that that the gravy train's still coming. And it's not. It's done. And this halvening is going to be a rude awakening for most Bitcoiners. But, I think that we'll probably see, I don't think that Bitcoin will see new, 1 year low, because its 1 year low is like around $3,000. I don't think that it's going to go below that for a while. I think it might try and retest that range sometime after the halvening, especially if there's no relief rally before then to take us up above $12,000. But yeah, Stephen Daniels, I agree. Bitcoin will fizzle out and the alts will rule. It's gonna be a multi-coin ecosystem. There will be dominant forces in the ecosystem, like XRP, like Tezos, like Chainlink. Who else? VeChain. These will probably all be really, really highly liquid coins. But Bitcoin, there's just no fundamental developments on the network. And so I see nothing for it. I can't get behind it, I just can't. We get news, we get good news, fundamental news on XRP almost every day. The news has slowed down a lot. That's another reason why my videos have I went from doing 3 videos again a day down to 1 again, because the news is really, really slowing down lately. And so I kind of find that as bullish too. It's kind of like a calm before a storm situation too. So we'll see how that plays out. That and the news that we have been getting more so about XRP has been like technical FUD, not even fundamental FUD. Now this Bitbox is fundamental FUD. Like this is a fundamental thing that is a bit fearful. But again, Bitbox, who, right? So. Stefan believes that HOT will do well in time. I think that HOT's another promising one as well. Seth, I believe all good, genuine cryptos should succeed. Bitcoin domination and nothing else reminds me of communism. Anyway, yeah, I can see that. Holy moly, Maxis honestly believe the world will run on Bitcoin. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of us in the XRP space that believe the same thing, right? Now, here is a tweet from a rather powerful XRP maximalist. Everybody knows Yoshitaka Kitao, right? XRP, he's quoting Jeffrey Tucker from the American Institute of Economic Research. XRP will play a new era in globalization. So this is an article that I'm going to cover in my video I do for you guys a little bit later, but we'll jump into that afterwards. I got 2 of those. Also, just because YouTube is probably going to flag the video because I was playing music at the beginning, the music at the beginning of the stream was brought to you by Grammatic. And from their Facebook page, they say, for all the people asking, feel free to use my music in your creative videos. It's all good. And if you happen to make a fortune with it, send a few bucks my way. Hashtag digital freedom. Grammatic is an awesome band. I've been listening to them, following them for years and years. So if you enjoyed the music at the beginning, definitely go check out their discography. Awesome, awesome group. Awesome artist. He collaborates with a lot of other groups. That's why, or a lot of other artists. That's why I say group. But the song I was playing at the beginning is purely his. So good stuff. Good stuff. Also. I'm going to wrap up the stream. I don't want to go too long. I know that the standard is like an hour, but we're going to wrap up the stream a little bit early because I want to get the videos recorded for tomorrow morning for everybody. So it was good catching up with the chat though, and I'll give you guys some time in the chat. And so anybody that's tuning in after the live stream is done, I'm just going to pay attention to chat. We're going to BS back and forth a little bit more, and I'll wrap up here shortly. But if you're new to the stream, if you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe, ring that bell, and hit the like button so that the YouTube algorithms are like, oh, we should show this video to people. And also, if you're not already, give me a follow over on Twitter. I will be tweeting out, like I did today, right before I'd go live. And I'd appreciate anybody who likes and retweets so that we can let people know on Twitter that I'm also going live on YouTube, because I haven't been doing live streams a lot lately. So obviously the view count for live streams is a lot lower than we're used to, that I'm accustomed to, but that obviously is to be expected since I have not been streaming a lot lately. But Cellmate says, what's up, crypto fam? Damn it, I could have sworn the stream was premiering tomorrow. Yeah, that was my bad, Cellmate. That might be another reason why the views were low, because I accidentally set it for tomorrow. But I will be doing another stream tomorrow, same time. I'm going to try and make this my normal stream time now. So I don't think that I'm stepping on anybody else in the XRP community's toes. Let me make sure that... I know that Brad Kimes usually streams in the evening, but I'm hoping that I'm not streaming at his time now. Oh, that's probably why. Brad's streaming right now. So how long has he been streaming for? Yeah, that's probably actually why my view count's so low, because Brad's streaming right now. So I might try doing a little bit earlier, maybe I'll do a 7 o'clock or a 9 o'clock stream now that I realize that this is Brad's hour. I thought that Brad streamed at 9 o'clock, but I guess it's at 8 p.m. So yeah, I'll try and I'm gonna reach out to Brad and make sure that it's 8 p.m. that he does his live stream. I'm almost certain now, because yeah, that lines up with his previous stream. See, his previous stream said 23 hours ago, so that should have been at 9 p.m. So yeah, I don't know. At any rate, well, no, I have no qualms with Kimes. I know a lot of people are like upset that that Brad and Digital Asset Investor are doing this. They have this this website that they're creating where they're putting content with a subscription wall to keep people from going through. But I mean, YouTube is not a sustainable platform, especially, like I have to use clickbait titles a lot of times because that's the only way that people click on the freaking videos. Like, I don't want to be using that. That's just what people respond to. If I actually make the titles relevant to like 100% accurate, like no like inflation of point or anything with the title, it gets no clicks, 0 clicks. So it's like the behavior of most of my viewers, unfortunately, influences me to make clickbait titles. And I've tried making non-clickbait titles, just be like, oh, is this going to get views? And no, it doesn't. So unfortunately, that's kind of like a thing. So like I understand why Brad and DAI and Cryptopolis are making that site so that they can escape the rat race that is YouTube pushing people to use clickbaity things to get views. And to get their algorithm pumping. That's also why I always like encourage people to hit the like button too, because that's another thing that gets the algorithms going. It's like I'm not fishing for. It doesn't make me feel good to see likes. It's literally just YouTube demands it. Phoenix Starborn, YouTube or videos must have a hook to succeed on YouTube. Exactly, and that's like if you look at my videos, like even though I'm saying clickbait. Like, I don't lie in my titles. I like this. IMF promoting XRP friendly regulations for the Philippines. It's not even got 1,000 views, but that's still clickbaity because they don't mention XRP, but the regulations are worded in such a way that it describes what Ripple is doing with XRP, aka talking about remittances, right? And then, obviously we got a 10% bump. So I say bullish breakout incoming, and guess what? That's not even really clickbait because we got a bullish breakout, baby. We got a bullish breakout. Why XRP no pump? Artard Mines, what are you talking about, dude? We are up 11% since yesterday. We're pumping right now. What are you talking about? Are you trolling? Are you trolling me? I think he's trolling. So what time tomorrow? And is that Eastern? Yeah, it would be 8. I'm going to try, since Brad's streaming at 8 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to try streaming at 9 p.m. Eastern, and we'll see how the views go, and we'll see if anybody else is streaming at the same time. Apparently, Mr. Level Up's streaming as well. I think he's probably streaming because we're getting this breakout right now. He's probably covering the breakout as well because we did just get a bullish breakout. So we'll see. But yeah, obviously I want to be courteous to the other streamers too, especially those like again, I know a lot of people don't like what Brad's doing, but Brad Kimes is one of the reasons why I started streaming. Between him, Alex, and DAI, they're like my major influences for me starting the stream on YouTube. There was also another individual who started doing some shady things that kind of like got me to be like, okay, well, they're really shady, so I'd rather create content in a more truthful light, even though I have to use clickbait with titles. But you can always chase the BTC pump. Yeah, I'm totally gonna chase that BTC pump. What's up, Crypto Cat? How's it going? So it was okay. I wasn't a big fan of Brad of the grab before 499, but just saying the time is free for anyone. You are in a pretty different time zone. Oh yeah, and yeah, that's the main reason why I'm trying to like experiment around with like what time to stream. So that's why I did it right now, because I'm like, well, this is kind of like still semi early for people in the States, while at the same time it's like not too early in the morning here for me. So yeah, that's why we started the stream right now. Sheepish Buffalo, how you doing, bro? But yeah, guys, I appreciate you guys all for tuning in. And yeah, again, I'm going to stream tomorrow at 9 p.m. And if if the views are good, then we'll stick with 9 p.m. If I'm not stepping on anybody else's toes during that time, then we'll stick with that. Otherwise, I'll try to start streaming at 7 p.m. instead. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the live stream. Hopefully you all enjoyed the news articles that I'm going to pump out for you in my videos tomorrow morning. So I'm going to continue to try and do at least one short video each day too, maybe 2 or 3 if I can get them in. But those will be airing tomorrow morning, starting obviously at the normal 10 a.m. Eastern time, and moving forward from there. So hope you all have a fantastic evening or morning or whatever time, wherever it is, wherever you are. Hope you have a good one, and I'll see you guys in the next one, as always, on Mars.